Good evening. My name is Małgorzata Kruczek, and I would like just to talk to you and share with you my recent knowledge which I actually gained today by reading one of the articles, and it is actually from it's actually about Sarah Blakely, the inventor of Spanx, and I actually made some few notes because I just don't want to miss this, and um, and she actually in this article she's just sharing her tips about how she became such a successful billionaire, and uh, and this is there are going to be three tips, three lessons which I want just to share with you as well. I think it's brilliant. First, lesson which I think is so important just to learn from now on is just learn to fail big. Okay. And it's interesting because Sarah's father, who she loves so much, he was kind of like teaching his children to the power of failing big, and it was so actually interesting. Every day, when they've been coming back from school, he was actually asking them, so what did you fail at today at school or just whatever. And it was actually so interesting the way he actually being looking at the failures now, the way he was actually perceiving the failures, and the way he was actually introducing failure into their lives, like something which is not such a negative thing. And uh, and if, for example, they said, we didn't have any failure, her dad was quite disappointed, really. Um, um, and like she said, focusing on failing big allowed Sarah to understand that failure is not an outcome but involves a lack of trying, not stretching yourself far enough out of your comfort zone and attempting to be more than you were the day before. Failing big was a good thing. I think it's just brilliant, and people shouldn't be afraid to be rejected. I know sometimes we can be turned down and things doesn't work in the way we want, but this doesn't mean uh, this was a bad experience. And in the end of the day, not everybody need to like you. So just focus, keep this in your mind, really. The second thing, which the second advice, second lesson, which we can learn, from now on, is just visualization. Sarah is a big fan of visualizing your big goal in specific, concrete way. And Sarah, she saw herself very, very clearly on Oprah TV show 15 years before actually this happened. And it's funny enough because she was seeing herself in her mind, actually being with Oprah, having an exciting conversation, and it was just so interesting because, as she said, she was actually talking. What are we talking about? The rest, the time when she started till this actually happened, this was just the feeling, the blanks, and she was so focused to work towards this goal. So I think this is so important. And I think, to be honest, visualization is such an undervalued, underestimated, and people just don't realize the power of it. But for example, if you will repeat yourself, every day negative thing about yourself, and if you will say to yourself negative things every day, this will create um, somebody who will not be able to even go go and try for winning, to go and try to win. Do you know what I mean? If you are going to say, visualize in your brain every day that you are a winner, you are somebody who is actually going to take a challenge. You are somebody who will actually do everything what need to be done in order just to achieve goal. You will be a winner. Okay, so think very, very carefully what kind of emotions, what kind of things you are putting into your head. Okay. And the third lesson, which is so important, is about hiring people you like and trust. And I will read this. even if they don't know a great deal about what you need them to do. Sara hired a head of product development and a PR director who had been a friend and supporter from the beginning. Neither knew anything about the functional areas they were hired to oversee, but Sara trusted they be, they had to be fabulous at their new roles, and they were. So I mentioned this in some of the videos before, that it is extraordinarily important who are we surrounding our lives around. It's so important. Who are we spending majority of our time, because unfortunately this will have detrimental or empowering effects on our life, and you must be aware about it. Okay. Um, don't let I think it's very important just to make sure you don't let anybody into your life who you don't trust, or don't let somebody who is actually very destroying. Be quite selective about people who are in your circles, who are in your group of friends, and sometimes it is difficult, but we need to make a decision. Who's going to be around us, because sometimes people we have got loads of different people. Sometimes people can actually give us this courage to be the person who we want to be. Sometimes the other people will actually pull us away from this. So it is extraordinarily important, who we are surrounding each other with. So I want just to summarize this, and I think Sarah's likely success is brilliant opportunity just to prove everybody can achieve so much in their life if they really put their heart into action. I was reading some few actually interviews. I was reading some few articles, and I'm actually impressed. I'm purely impressed by her determination. And I want you just to summarize one thing. Just don't be afraid of big failures. Don't don't be afraid of it. Just go for it. If you have a big dream, go for a big dream. Even if you fail big, it's fine. It's part of experience. Okay. Visualize. Spend at least few minutes. 30 minutes a day. If you don't have 30 minutes a day, fine, 30 minutes a day. Okay. To visualize yourself the person you want to be. Okay. And the most important thing is just surround yourself with people who will support you in your goal. Okay. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who will support you, and who you trust really, and who are real. Okay. Because you can't learn how to drive, from a person who can't drive. Okay. So be selective about people who you do have around your life, in any aspect of your life. Okay. I'm not talking here actually only about success, in your business. I'm not talking about this. This is just such a extraordinary comprehensive knowledge which you can use to any aspect of your life, and trust me, it will work, because this is just brilliant piece of knowledge, and I'm so proud. I actually got hold of this article, and I was actually able just to listen to some of the videos as well about her, because I think Sara, she did an incredible job, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud as a woman just to share this incredible success of a very, very young billionaire woman who just achieved her dream, and she's doing incredible things around the world. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. You're more than happy to share. You're more than happy just to ask questions if you want. And I wish you a beautiful day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.